How y'all doing today? Today is March 17th. Just want to come on here and I need to change it up. We're doing a trade recap today on March 17th. Today was a Tuesday, day before PPI and FOMC is tomorrow on Wednesday, March 18th. So today was a very choppy and psychologically testing day. Today was a very disrespecting on the disrespecting on lower time frames. It wasn't remaining any good structure whatsoever. Today was a very emotionally testing day and a psychologically testing day. Um, but let's just get right into it and what happened today. I got one win and one break even slash loss. It was a loss, but it was a trailing stop and it was kind of close to break even. So call it what you want. But yeah, so let's just get straight into it. We had our obvious highs and lows as my draws and liquidity for the day. We had high up here. We had during Asia session or during New York PM, we had a Drake candle right around here. So that was another good draw on liquidity. We had these lows before this displacement upwards. That's a good low. Candles before big displacement upwards are always good draws as well. Um, another low below that. We had a low down here, but I didn't mark it. Um, because I mean we were trading up here, so I was just like I'm aiming for this low. If price ends up going down here, then I'll mark that low. But I wasn't really focusing on that. And then this was just an obvious low down here, and during this big displacement up, we had a wick. This bearish candle kind of formed a wick down here, so I just marked that low as well. And this is another obvious low, as well as a 1 hour fair value gap, 1 hour fair value gap, 15 minute, 15 minute, and then we had stacked fair value gaps all over here. I kind of marked them all out just to kind of pinpoint where I want to trade and where I'm looking at. We had 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 5 minutes, hourlies, everything down here. So because of the fact that we had so many stacked fair value gaps, my bearish for the day was my bias for the day was bearish because I wanted to see price come down and fill out these fair value gaps because we are very much overextended for the day. So I was looking for shorts for the day. And we'll just jump straight into the 5 minute. During so after this big push up during pre-market and London session, we had a little pullback here in the 5 minute, kind of retracing a little bit. I didn't enter this trade. This was a paper trade, but it worked out. I didn't enter because I wanted to see a deeper retrace, and we did not get a really deep retrace. We had this pullback here a little bit. It kind of consolidated for a little bit, but it was a minor pullback. But I didn't see a pullback that was good enough. I usually want to see a pullback into a 5 minute fair value gap, which we did not see. So I was not happy to enter this trade at all. But after this slight pullback and this little consolidation we had here, we had a big displacement candle up. I entered on this paper trade on this candle closure, off this candle closure, and then price kind of just shot up and just took out the next draw. Um, this was going into New York Open, so I would have normally, if it was just a live trade, I would have exited around here because I'm so close to my take profit level, and we're going to New York Open, so it's really not worth for me to continue to try to hold it because that's like a slight gamble because New York Open is very random, and I wasn't sure which direction New York Open wanted to run to. So for that reason, I would have exited up here if this was an actual trade. New York Open actually ended up dumping for one candle before coming back up. Um, when it dumped it from this big wick, so that was another draw liquidity you could have marked for later in the day. But yeah, New York Open, I would have exited up here, but price ended up taking my draw anyways. So that was a paper trade I took for the day. I didn't take the actual trade because I didn't see a pullback into a 5 minute, but the displacement out of this range was a good enough confluence for me to want to enter into this trade. As well as up here, I didn't see. I would have exited up here as well because ES also took the high off of this candle. ES took the high off of this 925 candle. I'll pull it up. Yes, so ES took the high. Not even ES took the high like way earlier. ES took the high at this 920 candle right around here. So there was no reason for NQ to really take that draw, but I just held it because it was a paper trade, of course. But here you could have also considered trying to take your profit because ES took the high already. But yeah, so going into market open, I was bearish on the every time frame. I was bearish. I was looking bearish. I was bullish on the lower time frames, but overall, I wanted to see price come down because of the imbalances, as well as taking the recent draw. But going into market open, as we can see here, we had a lot of consolidation. We had a lot of disrespecting of different fair value gaps. Price was not delivering towards any direction, so it was really bad price action. So today would have been a good day to just call it a day after witnessing this and kind of just getting off the charts. Um, Here I predicted this move. I was expecting price to dump here, but I didn't see good entries on the 5 minute. There was no good entries that you can take right here. There was like no fair value gaps being created. There was a inverse fair value gap that you could have saw right here. You could have entered off this inverse fair value gap here. Also creating a 1 minute, tapped into the 1 minute, respected before dumping again. That could have been a decent trade you took right there. I'll show it. So this 5 minute, this 1 minute, or this 5 minute, price inversed it here, and then we had a 1 minute that formed. Price tapped into the 1 minute before pushing down again. So this could have been a decent trade, but I don't really enter trades like that. I want to see better price action, as well as I didn't. I also wasn't really itching for a trade at this time because price was still indecisive and choppy, and I was not sure what price wanted to do. And I wouldn't have taken this trade because I wanted to see clear price action to the downside, as well as like if price wanted to come down here, I have much more time to enter on the trade, so there's no rush to enter any trade whatsoever. But yeah, that could have been a decent trade that you could have taken. I did not take that trade. Then after price dumped here, we just saw price shoot back up. It was just really hard to watch this day. It took a lot of discipline to not enter any trades. Um, After the disrespecting of a lot of 5 minutes and 15 minute fair value gaps, I deleted a lot of them, but there was a lot of 5 and 15s that were just being shot through, shot right back above it. It was just going straight through them up and down. There was no resistance whatsoever. So for that reasoning, it was like a good day to kind of just be very cautious. Eventually, after we shot down here, price came back up. It consolidated for a little bit, kind of chopped around. A lot of people entered trades here off of different displacements, but you can see that many of them would have got stopped out because price was just extremely choppy. And then eventually, price kind of dumped right here. When price dumped here, it created a 5 minute fair value gap here and a 5 minute fair value gap here. Um, I wanted to see price come back and retrace into these 5 minutes before continuing going down, which is what price did here. Price retraced in this five, but I wanted to also see price retrace into this five as well. And I was looking for that to happen, but while that happened, ES took it on. ES took that 5 minute. So when ES took that 5 minute, I saw that we had no reason to take this 5 minute on NQ. So ES took this five on ES. ES took this five. NQ did not, but since ES took it, NQ did not have to take it. So I was looking for an entry off of this, and then once price displaced out of this 5 minute, I entered mid candle. Bad idea. I should have waited for candle closure, but I entered mid candle right around here, and my stop was above these highs. Yeah, my stop was above these highs around here, and price edged me. Price came back up. This is why you shouldn't enter mid candle, or this is why I shouldn't have entered mid candle because price ended up coming down off of this displacement, but it did not close there. Then in the next candle shot up, next candle shot up as well. Edge might take profit, but it a protected stop because it was above the highs. Before it was dumping down again. Here it looked good. Here it looked like it really wanted to come down. I didn't go break even off the displacement. I should have, but off of this big displacement down, price still had valid reasoning to come back up, just to take the liquidity here and kind of fill any 1 minute for value gaps. So I didn't want to enter. I didn't want to go break even here because price could have went up and continued going down. Um, but I did trail my stop. I trailed my stop and I put it at this wick, this big displacement down. I put it at the top of this wick right here. So price shot back up, trying to push down again before hitting my stop loss. My overall move was right, but it was unfortunate, and I was wondering if I went break even too fast or if I trailed my stop loss too fast. It was kind of just unfortunate price action, as well as just bad price action kind of day. So I'm not mad about that at all. It was a logical move for my stop loss above this displacement wick. Just happened to come back up. Price normally I feel like would have just continued flushing down, but I entered again after we get a retrace up here, then a push down. After this push down, I entered mid candle here. This is more of a discretionary entry. There was no real confluence as you can see here, but my bias was very much bearish, and I was looking for price to kind of sweep this high It was discretionary. I had my stops above these highs, was a protected stop, and my bias was very bearish. So for that reasoning, I wanted to enter in this trade. Plus, it was a small risk and a good risk to reward ratio. So I was willing to take the risk because I wanted to still be in this trade because I felt like my overall like move was right. So it was more discretionary, and I entered mid candle on this push up before price just dumped into my take profit. So that was a good trade I took there. Um, it's not very like systematic, but it was discretionary, and um, it was like a discretionary trade. That's the best way I could put it. That's that's the best way I could put it. I just entered because I felt like my bias was right, and I saw a good opportunity to enter right here with the stops that was protected above these highs. That's really all it is when it comes to targeting your draws. As long as you're in line with your bias and your stops are protected, then like you should be good, bro. That's really as simple as it gets. Price took my draw, and then it ended up just consolidating and just chopping for the rest of the day. But yeah, those are two trades I took. The big takeaway is that today was just a very hard day. A lot of people may have struggled targeting the wrong things or just like entering on the bad entries because there was a lot of decent entries that you could have saw throughout the day. But if you're not waiting for the complete confirmation, you would have entered like halfway through confirmation and got stopped out eventually. So days like this is a clean example of why you need to have good discipline, not enter on any bad trades, and just like completely wait for market to tell you what it wants to do. That's yeah, but that's how today went for me. Hope you guys had a good day today. Hope you guys was able to stay in control of your emotions, not jump to any bad trades. And yeah, today's my fourth winning day, so I'm looking to get my payout tomorrow. I might trade Asia session to see if I can get a winning day in Asia session, so I can get my payout Asia, so it doesn't affect my New York session. In case I get a winning when I get a winning day in New York, I don't want to like take the payout then and then not be able to trade the rest of New York. So I want to just see if I get a winning day in Asia, take my payout, and then call it a day. But yeah, that was the trades I took today. I do expect for Asia session the price to continue just filling these imbalances as well. If you look in the daily, like we've been in such a range for such a long time, like we were so close to getting out of this range, and the price just came right back into it. Like, what is this? What is this stuff, bro? We're in this range. Price finally broke out of this range right here, creating new lows, and then what are you gonna do? You're gonna come right back up. Like, what are you doing, bro? But yeah, I'm just hoping that price comes down, fills these imbalances, and continues shooting that lower because we getting no clear structure on the highest time frame. So that's just unfortunate, but that's how today went for me. If you guys have any comments, leave in the comments if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, recommendations for future videos. If you have anything wrong with maybe it's my chart colors. I didn't change the chart colors because I had all these things lined out and I didn't really want to change it to redo it. But if this was really hard to see, then I would start making go back to the red and green chart colors. But yeah, if you guys have any questions or are wondering anything, please leave it in the comments down below. I will go more in detail on anything you guys want me to go more in detail on. If you guys want my strategy, anything like that, just let me know what you guys want to see, and I'll produce it right then and there. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys had a good day today. Hope you guys stay disciplined. And if you guys had a bad day today, make sure you jot down why. Make sure you jot down what went wrong, and yeah, just review your notes and just that's why I'm doing this. Just review my notes, and I've realized that today was a high stress day. A lot of like disrespect and a lot of discipline needed to be established. So yeah, anyways, I'm rambling, but hope you guys had a good day today. Good luck tomorrow on Asia session, and I'll see you guys then. Have a good one.